Well, looks like you made some pretty influential friends out west. That's good. Hopefully you learn from them, 'cause you'll need every favor and trick you can muster up for this next doozy.
Alright, well, welcome back to the 6th episode of a nostalgia playthrough of Railroad Tycoon 2 Platinum Edition here. And we are now going to cross the Great Divide, which is, we're going to connect Canada from east to west, or west to east, depending on how you want to do it. So we got, as per usual, 3 options, sir. And the
Look,
first...
I'm getting old here. You want to get started before they come and measure me for a coffin?
I'll certainly try. So the first option, you got Manager Van Horn. I'm not exactly sure what he does again. It doesn't tell you here, but you get 10% lower track building cost. And since we're going to bridge a nation from east to west, once again, I've been doing a lot of this. 10% lower track building could be very useful. 10% increase in engine speed. Now, is that for the consolidation only? That we would also get early? I'm not sure, but like... yeah, I don't know. If it's only the consolidation, it's not really that useful. 1 level improvement in credit rating and 10% faster station turnaround. Yeah, I think probably long term, it's better.
What?
Oh, okay then. If you say so, old man. Yeah, as I was saying, before I was rudely interrupted by this snoring here, is that I think this is the most viable option for this map. So I would recommend this, but of course the other ones could be viable as well, depending on your preferences and how you want to play it. That being said, let's get to it.
6,000 miles of iron rail. Hoo-wee! That's what's going to have to be laid to reach across Canada. Raising the money in the East is just the beginning to completing this Canadian transcontinental. You'll need to keep your crew supplied and on track, as the wilderness of Canada will challenge your every step. Your goal is to see a train pulling up to the shipyard in Vancouver. Good luck, and bring your long johns.
Alright, so here we are. Let's read the scenario briefing real quick. It's 1867, and trouble is brewing in Canada. The country is tearing itself apart without a tangible representation of union. The Canadian Parliament wants to strengthen relationships between the other provinces by building a trans-Canadian railway. Save the country and win a bronze medal by connecting Halifax to Vancouver and hauling 6 loads between the 2 cities by the end of 1896. For silver, drive your company's net worth above 20 million by 1896. And for gold, complete the railway with a company net worth of 50 million by the end of 1896. So, what I like about this scenario is you don't have to dabble with the stock market. Now, we got Halifax here, which has a bit of industry in it. Can turn produce and steel into food with a cannery. It's got a paper mill turning pulpwood into paper, and a logging camp producing logs and pulpwood. And the ports on this scenario will have 3 passengers produced per year, demand lumber and paper, and produce iron into steel. Now, going for the gold can be a bit tricky. Now, I like to start in this area actually, from Halifax to Fredericton, and build up like the industry and then keep expanding west from here. Oh, we got a massive steel mill kind of blocking our path here. If we look at the gradient map, that's going to be an issue for us actually at some point. Unless we delete it. Now, as you can see in Fredericton, there's usually a lot of lumber mills and logging camps in this area here. And I like to kind of set up running back and forth here and building up the industry a little bit. But the thing is, you're not going to get gold doing that. I mean, you can. I have done it a few times, but generally it is tough to get gold doing it that way. You need to get as much money as you can as fast as you can. Because we have a lot of track to build. You can start anywhere, so we're just gonna see if I can see anywhere that seems to be a profitable place to do things. We want to probably come through on Prince George here, as the gradient will be better here once we kind of move into Vancouver. It does not seem very viable to start in Vancouver. So I'm just looking around to see, is there any just like strikes me immediately as, yes, that's gonna make some money type connections we could make here. So the population is a bit sporadic and sparse around here. There's definitely money to be made, absolutely. I'm just wondering, where do we start making it? And a good place to start often is this area, because you have like Montreal here, you have Quebec, you have Ottawa, and as you can see there's a decent amount of houses in these various cities here. So how do we do this? Do we just connect Quebec to Ottawa and leave Montreal out of it? Because we would have to build across the river here, I believe, to get all these houses inside of its radius. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 houses. And a bakery. And a steel mill, so it could be good. How many houses we got in Ottawa? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And in Quebec we got a lot more. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 that I can see. So I think the most viable thing for us to do immediately is actually start out in Quebec and kind of take it from there, go to Ottawa. Now I want to kind of future-proof it a little bit here with my station placement, because we want to go over this river sometime in the future. If I look at the gradient, I mean, this looks fine. Can we build track? Yeah, let's build a track. Get that going. We'll just actually place a station first. Let's find some good looking stations. We can just go with the random game selection ones. I think we can get a bridge going across here if we build a station here, and we will have full coverage, so this will be our initial station. Just going to double check that we can actually get that bridge going. We can get it going over here at least, so it should be fine. We're not going to expand towards Halifax immediately. We're just going to kind of try to make as much profit as we can, as fast as we can. Now let's see if we can operate the gradient here to be a little bit more manageable. Alright, so I think it's better for us if we... Nah, this seems to add up to the lowest number of gradient to deal with, so we'll actually construct like this. And then, as I said, we are going through to Ottawa. And we of course need to push on further from Ottawa later, so let's see here. We get a station... No, not quite. Alright, we can put the station there. And we have Ottawa connected. And let's see. The track building 15% cheaper on a manager. Mountainous track building 20% cheaper. Station building 10% higher. But the other managers aren't necessarily any better. Station building. I'm not sure if that... Is that the actual station? Yeah, so the stations cost more, and any building within the stations will also cost more. Let's see if we can issue some stock maybe, because we don't need to worry about stock market at all, so that's just free money every year that we can issue some stock to get. And we'll also issue some bonds here, just to get a good start. Now we could connect Montreal as well, but I'm just not entirely psyched about it. Because to really get good use out of Montreal, we would need to build across the river here, and I nah, I don't think that's the way to go just now. It's not necessarily going to be the best for our profits. Either way, let's get a sanding and water tower and a roundhouse in Ottawa and in Quebec. So at least we have that infrastructure in place. Then let's look at our train cell. As you can see, we have the Iron Duke. And we have the American Sea. Now the Iron Duke is a bit better on grades, and it has pretty decent speed as well. The thing is, its fuel cost is quite expensive, 30,000 per year. And it's a expensive train as well. So I'm not entirely sure we want to go for that actually. Just trying to compare here and see, like, it will get a lot more speed out of things, but the thing is, will that make enough of a difference income-wise on this route to warrant going for it, considering the fuel cost? They both have poor acceleration. This has below average reliability, this has above average reliability. I am actually leaning towards the American Sea, although the Iron Duke, look at this train. It's a beauty. It's a beauty. The color scheme of it kind of looks like my thumbnail's color scheme actually. And would almost be a crime not to take it then. You know what? We're gonna go with Iron Dukes. Let's stay faithful to the thumbnail style, I guess. Gonna start one out in Quebec. I'm gonna start one out in Ottawa. Let's just smack on some dining for good measure, and I believe we can begin. Let's start slow with 3 on the speed here and see how that goes. It's a beautiful train. It reminds me of the first good steam engine you get in Railroad Tycoon. Looks pretty similar. The Ginsu, I believe it's called in that game. In one iteration of the game anyway. If you see here, we're going to be making, I mean, we're going to be making up for the costs. It's just, yeah. Well, we should be doing fine. So I'm just kind of already looking a little bit to see where can we expand to, where would it make sense to expand to. We do want to get our industries involved a little bit here, I believe. Chantier here has a paper mill and a lumber mill. There's a paper mill here as well though. And in Ottawa. Let's see, when this hits Quebec, we get decent amount of money. The Quebec Sapphire. Sapphire, I don't know how you say that. Okay, well, a group of concerned Quebec citizens have banded together to organize support for your effort in the province. They need 200,000 to organize rallies and produce information pamphlets. This will lower the cost of track building by 20% in the province for at least the next 12 months. I'm not sure we'll actually be expanding enough in the next 12 months that this will be worth it, so I'm gonna say no thanks to that. We'll load up on some mail in Quebec here. Just get a little bit of money and then we can see where we expand to. Yeah, so right now there isn't really that much, that many passengers or anything. The distances aren't that great between these two cities, so... Oh well, it is what it is. Alright, so now we have a new train option. I'm just quickly gonna look at that in comparison here. So it's better than the American Sea. And it's cheaper. It's better reliability and acceleration wise than the Iron Duke. Cheaper to build, cheaper maintenance, cheaper fuel. And I'd say the speed is, I mean, a little bit less, but somewhat on par with the Iron Duke. So we'll just have these two Iron Dukes, and I think we're going to use that other train for future trains to reconstruct. And I'm thinking, if I look here... Okay, I'm just going to pause the game real quick. And I just want to see what kind of gradient I can get across here. Not the best necessarily, there's gonna be some red sections. Unless... Well, there are ways I can manipulate this. And I think we're gonna just steer clear of Gasp if I'm honest. Due to the steel mill being there and whatnot. Also, the town isn't really that fancy. And I think we can connect Halifax. Right, I don't know, like, let's have a look at our options here. So we can go further this way. I don't necessarily see any immediate extreme gain for us in doing so. What was our time limit again? 1896, and we're now in 1868, so we got 30 years. Which should be plenty of time for a gold medal. Yeah, I think we'll actually expand to Halifax. That means we'll have to get a bridge going here and connect that to Quebec. We'll just find a way over the hillside here, I suppose. Don't want to go directly over it. Let's see, so that's... I mean, the gradient is terrible. It really is. This might be a bad call to do this, actually. And if I'm honest, I think it is. But okay, let's mess around with single tracker, because we're probably gonna have to rethink what we're doing a few times. And kinda cancel out some track placement so that we can lower the terrain and do some terraforming. Right, so... Okay... There we go, that's... Okay, I think we got it. Yeah, that should actually do. The gradient isn't good, but it's not as terrible as it could be, and it gives us a more direct route. It could be faster than going all the way around here, but chances are it isn't, though. Either way, we're gonna continue. We need to make some more money. Can we actually issue some bonds? No. And no more stock. You can only do that once a year. You don't want to issue too many bonds, though. I've burned myself on that a few times on this map, actually, where I just, like, want to expand too fast, and then I have to deal with the repayment. We're now repaying, like, well, 65,000 per year. So that's a bit. Adding on to the cost of running these trains, that's over 120,000 every year just there, so we should try to repay that as soon as we can, actually. I'm gonna reroute these trains once we can get a connection going to Halifax. And I'm gonna have them running from Quebec to Halifax and Ottawa to Halifax. I think that should be good enough. We can maybe have 2 trains doing those routes. And that can be like our initial, the 4 trains that I like to micromanage. I don't like to micromanage more than 4 trains, because you can keep the 4 first trains on the screen at the same time. So you can more easily keep track of them. You can see the bar progressing and etc. when you reach the station. Now you can have less mess-ups, since you actually visually see what's going on. Yeah, we're gonna need a little bit more money here. Canadian Pacific isn't doing too well, stock price wise, but it's a bit of a slow start, but it will hopefully pick up fairly soon. And next year we can issue some more stock. Investors are pleased at least. Board of Directors increase your salary. It doesn't really matter in this scenario what my salary is. We didn't get any new managers, but we can issue bonds again. And stock. Actually, I'm going to issue stock or bonds one more time, just so we can connect to Halifax and get some money rolling in a bit faster. Then we're going to have to repay them before too long. If I look at this, if we go through Fredericton, that could be our best option, I believe. We're gonna be dealing with gradient that isn't suboptimal, no matter how we do it. As you can see here, but it'll just have to be what it is, I suppose. Right, and there we go. Halifax is connected. And everything within Halifax is connected. Gonna get sanding, water, and roundhouse, which we cannot afford. We could issue some more bonds actually, so 3 bonds, we'll issue that just to get things going here. We now owe $1.5 million though, and that isn't ideal, but it should be fine. I'm gonna reroute these trains, and I'm also gonna get some trains running, well, looking at like the 4% grade here. The Iron Duke is gonna handle that better, so I think we go for the Iron Duke right now. We'll have one go from Halifax to Ottawa. That can transport mail. And then we'll have one running from Halifax to Quebec, which can transport passengers. We have 3 of each of those available here right now. And then we can start thinking about micromanaging a little bit of these industry things. So real quick, I'm just going to put all of these on express priority. And I want to get Fredericton in on the action here. Gonna have to go for a large station so we can get every industry here encompassed by it. And we're just gonna have to wait a little bit before we can build too much. A sanding and water tower should be fine. That should be enough for actually. We have enough roundhouses. They're gonna go to other stations that do have roundhouses, so it should work out. So let's see how it goes. So we have our first 4 passenger trains, which will run between these cities here. And just kind of get a little bit of profits going that we will try to maximize via micromanagement. Now once these trains here hit their destination, I'm going to reroute them over to Halifax. And then we're going to have a little bit of a look on how they will handle this gradient here. If I'm looking at this Ottawa train here, it's going to move extremely slowly. The board of directors has suspended a dividend because the company is not in financial position to pay it. Well, that's good. I should have actually done that myself, but I just forgot it, so that's unfortunate. So we're in Ottawa, and we're going to go to Halifax. Just going to go all stations like this, just remove everything. Ottawa to Halifax with 1 passenger car and a dining car. Should be fine, I guess. And Quebec to Halifax. Do the same here, just cancel out the loadouts in all stations. Get mail, 3 passenger, and do we throw on a dining? I don't think we do actually. Because that's just gonna make the train move slower, so clogging up the line, etc. A train length of 4 seems reasonable. Now that we have done all this, let's get these trains here on the industry routes. So supply logs. Who needs logs? Who wants that? We don't really have any city to connect the logs to at the moment. We could connect the Chanquier or whatever it's called over there. But who needs paper? Quebec wants paper. We're gonna go Fredericton, load up on 4 pulpwood, go down to Halifax, turn it into paper and take it over to Quebec. Does Ottawa want paper? They do. Alright, so we can have another paper train running that route. But I want to connect to this lumber mill. Actually, do we have any other lumber mills that isn't like out of our way? Kind of want them to be close though. Yeah, I mean, coming out of Fredericton, going down here over the Chanquier, and then can go back after that to wherever they need to go, really. So yeah, let's just kind of get a little bit of an industry network going here. I don't want the game to move too quickly here. Now what we could do is buy the industries and make long-term profits off them and whatnot. Which, at a 30-year long scenario, that could make sense to do. But I don't want to spend the money on it, to be honest. I want to, you know, as fast as we can connect to the west is how fast we should connect to the west. The faster the better, really. Wait, I sent this to Quebec now? From Ottawa? God damn it. I sent it to the wrong... Oh my lord, I have messed up so big time. Okay, well, it's not big time. I mean, I just forgot to remove the previous stations there, so that's my bad there. A little bit of a blunder. Now we're just gonna get another train running from Fredericton to Halifax and then to Ottawa. Also with 4 pulpwood. Throwing that in the paper and delivering paper to Ottawa. Alright, so it's about to hit... oh no, there's actually recession ahead. That's unfortunate, we're not going to be making a lot of profit then. Not sure what triggers these recessions, if anything, but as you can see the value of this dropped by 15%-ish, maybe a bit more actually. Okay, it's in Ottawa now. We're gonna delete the Quebec station. And we'll just send it over like this. Dining car increases passenger revenue by 20%, so maybe it's still train length 4, so it could be viable. But yeah, let's see how things go. Wait a minute, why does this only produce... Oh crap, I didn't give it 4 cars. Oh well, that's... I miss... Wow, what the hell, I'm actually messing up a bit though. Quite a bit. That's unfortunate. There's gonna be some pulpwood produced in Halifax as well, but not necessarily in enormous amounts. And we don't want to over-deliver to towns where like we fill the demand and then like give them triple of what they actually demand. Wait a minute, Ottawa to Quebec. So it's in Ottawa now, we want that to go to Halifax. So Ottawa. Load up for Halifax. Okay, and this is Ottawa to Halifax, Ottawa. Wait a minute. Alright, this is in Ottawa right now. But it needs to go to Quebec instead, actually. So we can send it from Quebec to Halifax. Alright, so this train made it and made a decent profit in Quebec. We will just take... let's see, gradient handling here. We could have 5 cars, I think. We shouldn't really go to the 6th one, because that could be a bit over the top expensive. But we're gonna expand further into Chantier here. Let's go like this, and then hopefully we can do that. Indeed we can, so that's perfect. I'll just rotate a little bit there to see what I'm doing. Alright, so it's not gonna be an optimal route over here. Or optimal track lane. There's going to be some gradient. It's going to be a slow city to approach from here. I guess we might as well just go for a large station. Chantier, there we go. Sanding tower, water tower, and we'll get give it a roundhouse as well. Chantier actually could do some passenger traffic between. Did I pause the game? Yes. Okay, so a little bit of thinking here now. So Ottawa, Halifax, Quebec, Halifax, we got those covered. Alright, this is now in Quebec. This is about to go to Ottawa. Okay, so what I'm thinking is... we do it this way actually. So this goes from... This specific train. God damn it, what am I thinking? Okay, this train could go from Halifax to Jonquière and do passenger that way. Train 1 and then train 2 could go Quebec. I mean Ottawa, Halifax, Quebec, Halifax. We could do it this way. I think that should work. We could probably get another train going here as well, but we could micromanage that as well, so I'm just not gonna right now. That being said, let's get this train here going from Fredericton to Jonquière with logs. 5 logs, I guess, we could do. We'll turn that into lumber and then take that lumber to this train specifically. You can take it to Ottawa. Just wait for full load, which we'll have a full load immediately right now. These aren't going to be making like super much money compared to passenger revenue, but it should be fine. Investors are very pleased with the chairman's performance. Dr. Wilhelm Schmidt and John Work Garrett have recently applied to the position of manager in your company. Okay, well, the arrow is pointing up at least. So, let's see what other managers we got here. Traction Steam, 10% better. That could be useful actually. Cheaper fuel by 10%. That's a few tens of thousands already that we could save every year. Maintenance track building 20% cheaper. Track building 5% cheaper. Because this guy has the station building 10% higher, which is... I'm not a big fan of that. Traction could be good, actually. The cheaper track building. Okay, we don't really... We're not gonna... Oh, we can't even afford this guy at the moment. Never mind. It's just we're not really gonna build that much more tracks at the moment. So this thing is now in Ottawa. Oh, it's... picking up stuff, right? I messed up again. So I've been making a lot of mistakes here, but now I think things will stabilize. So this train made it to Ottawa and now it's picking up 1 passenger car. Oh well, that's better than nothing. Okay, so we're not going to be building any tracks immediately now. I think we're actually going to hire the other manager, because I want to set up what we have to be making a good amount of profit. And traction steam, 10% better. Well, it's gonna mean it's gonna make my trains handle the hills a lot better. So we send this from Fredericton over to Jonquière again. And the previous one went to Ottawa, so we'll send this to Quebec. So 5. And wait for full load. Not that that's necessarily going to be necessary. And then also another one we'll send to Halifax with the lumber though. And yeah, we just kind of let it progress a little bit. 5 cars going over the hill here might be overkill. We'll have to see. Nah, they seem to handle it okay. I mean, they're slow for sure, but it's not necessarily too bad, and we can start making some money pretty soon. A few of these trains are like close to making $500,000 when they do reach their destination at some point. Did I have anything swing by Jonquière actually? Yeah, okay. Very nice. So this, what we've done here, it isn't optimal, but it is good enough, I think. It should get the job done for us. But as you can see, going up this hill is a slow process. And we don't want to clog this railroad here with too many trains. Now, so we're gonna hit Halifax with passenger train after passenger train after passenger train. Kinda killing its demand. Economy crashes. Fantastic. We're in a depression. Seemingly, this map does a lot of this going on. Like, it does a higher chance of recession and bad economy on this map, in my experience. Usually there's some stuff like this going on, and it's just, you know, not optimal, but... I mean, these trains that we have set up here are fine for now. They should be making a decent amount of money. I want to have one more train running over to Quebec with pulpwood and then going to Halifax with it. So that we have some paper coming in Halifax. The demand here should be good. As Halifax won't stop demanding lumber and paper too soon. Let's see here. Yeah, I mean 7 demand for lumber. Paper demand is 4. Pretty sure we can deliver on that. Actually, let me just check really quick. What do we do here? From, yeah, we take the pulpwood to Halifax. Okay, so yeah, we could have one pulpwood train running to Quebec as well. And it's now in Halifax, and there's more trains coming in, so actually we'll just keep this on 3 like this. With a dining car. Somewhat pleased with my performance. Well, I mean, it's a depression. What do you want from me? Right, so from Fredericton to Quebec to Halifax. This one could load up a little bit less, actually. And I think we're gonna put in one more train going from Fredericton to Jonquière and back to Halifax. There, that should be fine. Yeah, I think, okay, we've set up Fredericton for now. We'll just leave that running without throwing too many more trains onto it for the moment. And yeah, there's a little bit of congestion around Halifax right now, but that's just how it is. Not much to do about that. Economic recovery, well that would be pretty sweet actually. Alright, we can have one train running logs between Halifax and Jonquière also. I'm feeling like 5 cars is a bit overkill. We shouldn't have too many trains on the line either, due to the gradient and whatnot. Could certainly create some issues. But we're gonna set up the profit base here with what we have, and then we're kind of gonna take it from there. Repay our bonds, and then start expanding, I think. Once we start making a little bit of money. And we are making a bit of money, I mean it's not too bad. So we'll have, there's also pulpwood being produced in Halifax, so we'll wait for, whoops, misclicked. We'll wait for 3 pulpwood before we send this guy on his way to Quebec, and turn it into paper and return it to Halifax. Halifax unloading, there's nothing for him to pick up in Halifax. That's fine. But okay, now we can start thinking about repaying our bonds. And we could also start thinking about purchasing these various industries. But we're simply not gonna do that just yet. What's our company value so far? Equity is 3 million. We need it to be 50 million. But the thing is, once these trains start coming in across the nation, that's gonna really increase our equity. Okay, do we have a lot of trains waiting for cargo? Is that gonna be... Okay, no, I think it's fine. Okay, we'll have to adapt this over time and just see if we have it optimized. But we're just gonna leave it running for a couple of years and then we'll see if it's set up good. Oh, that's the thing I've been forgetting doing. That's issuing stock. Just for that extra little handful of cash every year. Might as well. It doesn't exactly cost us anything to do it in this scenario. We'll repay that bond there with an unfavorable interest rate of 14%. We're paying out over 150,000 a year in bonds at the moment, so... Oh wow, that's a lot in Quebec. We're just gonna fully load this train now. Why not? We'll take everything. And soon enough... you know what? I'm actually gonna get a large station, a large restaurant, and a saloon, and a small hotel in Quebec and in Halifax. That's it, right? I don't need anything of... well, a saloon could come in handy. I did have that in Quebec also, didn't I? I missed out on the... No, I built one house too many in Halifax, if I'm being honest. Okay, we can go for a telegraph pole as well. Just decrease the turnaround time in Halifax and there. So yeah, I bought the... you can't actually... no help available. Interesting. Either way, that should increase our passenger profits. I'm just gonna build that in Ottawa, Quebec, and Halifax. I don't think Chanquier warrants it with one train swinging by there every now and then. But certainly could be good to have in the 3 main cities which we are gonna micromanage a bit. Our stock is split, that's good. Investors are excited about the chairman's performance. Doesn't really matter that they are. Salaries increased, and we have some new managers available. Profits are up, and we're still in a recession, unfortunately. Let's have a look at these managers. Station building cheaper, track building higher, station turnaround faster. Track building 15% cheaper. Stock price is 10% lower, so there's no negatives with this guy. I think we'll actually just get that guy, because I'm gonna expand fairly soon. We need the money to hire him though. And now we have the money to hire him. We're just gonna fully load this train as well in Quebec and just snatch up every last passenger that we can. We don't need any more of that. Let's see, Chanquier, no, Chanquier is good. Quebec is good. Do I really want the post office? Well, we'll shell out for one. We'll get one in Halifax as well, why not? Not gonna be picking up that much mail seemingly though. Or at least we haven't so far. And Ottawa, large restaurant, saloon, post office, customs house, small hotel. Telegraph poles. And Fredericton isn't gonna have any, like it's just gonna load up here. So that's not a big deal with the turnaround time. We'll get a telegraph pole in Chanquier as well. And let's see. Chanquier, no sand. It is close to its destination though. Why does it not have sand, however? Alright, anyway, yeah, 4 passengers from Chanquier going back to Halifax. Let's not load the train with too much more than that. Economy's back on track, that's good. Then we'll start making a little bit more profit. Fredericton has a few trains waiting there. Okay, so that's 1 train waiting for a little bit of pulpwood, so that should be fine. This train, however, is coming back to get some more pulpwood. It's coming from Ottawa though, so it's halfway there. It should be fine. I think we're good. Did I get the manager actually, the new one that we had available? I did not. Can I get him now? Do I have enough for that? Yeah. Track building 15% cheaper, stock price 10% lower. I don't care about the stock prices whatsoever, but track building part is good. So in Ottawa this time around we'll load up a full 6 passenger train there. And I think we have enough trains on this on these various tracks. We have too much more. We might have a little bit of congestion going on. As you see here, we already kind of do. Hey, a new engine available. It's cheap to run, I guess, but it's not a necessarily good one. And I think we'll turn up the speed at least one notch here. Yeah, there's a lot of congestion around here, for sure. We definitely do not want to throw more trains in here. That could lead to disaster. It's already kind of disastrous, if I'm honest. I don't want to take up a lot of bond loans to go west. I kind of want to just profit, run a single track rail, and take it from there. Alright, so some trains are coming in, we're making a little bit of profit. I want to repay the bonds that we already have taken. And, oh, hang on, we can actually issue some stock. Can we also repay one of these? Nope, not quite yet. So yeah, congestion is certainly an issue for us, so. It's not that congested right now. Seems to be clearing up a little bit, so might be an on and off type issue. But we have the economy status prosperity, that's good. The revenue is kind of the same as last year, but hopefully now we can take our revenue to the next level. Oh, that's a good profit we made there. From Halifax to Quebec. Yeah, we'll just take a fully loaded train, why not? Right, okay, so real quick, repay this and repay that. So we don't have any bond loans anymore, which is fantastic. If we look at the industries that we are connecting, this is lucrative, right? So we could probably, very lucrative, also very lucrative, very lucrative. Boom times ahead. I mean, we could invest in this industry. We should have maybe already done it though, if that's our intention. We could at least get the ones that are lucrative. And or very lucrative. Which I think we might actually. Another train's about to hit Halifax for some good money. Let's just do it and see if that's something that's gonna actually make up for itself over the years. Okay, we'll take all that, send that back to Ottawa. Yeah, let's get these. Very lucrative. How much is that per year? It needs 10 years to make up for itself. So, 22,000 per year for this one. So, I don't know. Like, it could be good. I mean, they are very lucrative. So, if they are very lucrative or lucrative, let's get them. But it is a long play. Like, it is not gonna repay itself too quickly. We paid now 450,000 for these, which are at the current rate gonna repay 60,000 per year. So in 5 years we've repaid 2/3 of what we paid for them. Or they have made back what, yeah, that amount. So I don't know, this thing lucrative, 30,000 gonna take 10 years. Yeah, I think it was a bad idea, a bad call. Hopefully it won't bite us in the ass. I don't think we're gonna be buying any more industry. This is more than enough. Either way, new building available, grain silo. Not a huge fan. We're just gonna kinda never mind that for now. And then we're gonna start thinking about expansion. But before we start expanding, let's run at a little bit faster pace here, make some money, and then get the tracks going. Because I don't want to lay a lot of tracks that I'm not using, and then have to pay the maintenance cost on it. So revenues are going up, which is good. Can we issue stock again? We can issue stock, so that's another 326,000 for free, basically. Track building 5% cheaper, maintenance track building 20% cheaper. 15% cheaper overall. Seems like possibly a better deal at the moment. Now we're just gonna load up in Halifax, take that to Ottawa. Actually, let's slow down the speed to like 5. We're in Quebec. Yeah, let's just load up what's there. Okay, we have 2 million. So when do we need to do this by? 1896. So we have still got 22 years to do it. 8 years have passed, but we are making decent profit right now. I think I'm just gonna run single rail across the nation here on this one. I know I usually go for the double rails, but I think it's more viable in this scenario to run single, just for maintenance costs and whatnot. So let's see what our costs are every year. Last year, we made 800,000 in passengers, 429,000 of freight, and 364 bonus on passenger from the stations. So definitely worth it, I would say, to get these things if we just let it, you know, pass a few years and take its time. Expenses, track maintenance, la-di-da. Yeah, track maintenance isn't too bad. Car maintenance and fuel is more where we're at. You know, not too bad. What's our equity right now? Okay, we're almost a fifth of the way on the equity. There's not too much waiting in Fredericton. I think it's fine at the moment the way it is. Wait, why does this only have 3 pulpwood cars? Actually, you know what, I think that's better, because it's already waiting for cargo, so let's just do it that way. Like, did the train just... yeah, okay, train's going to Halifax, I kind of missed it a little bit, but whatever. Train 9 has suffered a breakdown. That's great, clog up our lines, why don't you? Doesn't seem to be critical though. So actually, let's go Fredericton here and get a roundhouse there, just to be safe. Seemingly we can make more out of the logs in Fredericton. Profit's still going up. Fantastic. We have 3 million going around right now. Let's see. It's an Ottawa unloading. We can pick up mail, 3 passenger. Let's get a dining smacked on that as well. Yeah. So what's the? Okay, this is coming in soon. Pick up more logs, that's fine. The profits are down a bit on these, we're not getting all that stuff transported. Wow, we bought them and then now they're not making any money, great. We could do another train here in Fredericton actually, I think maybe we will. Just one more, and that, like... after that it's just gonna be too cloggy on our lines, so... don't want to overdo it, and that might be overdoing it. So we have 10 trains that aren't micromanaged passenger trains, and yeah. What the hell? I can't get a bridge going right there. Yeah, I can. What? Okay, but if I build it in there, right then... can I don't know, because that seems like it might not be able, I might not be able to build that from there. No, I can't. So we just wasted 300,000 finding that out. Great. Great. That's a good call I made right there. I saw that wasn't going to work and I still went for it. But I want this to... I think that's just going to waste even more money. God damn it. Okay. I want just a double track until a certain point, like for instance over there. Yeah, like that will do. Then we're going to continue single track after that. Let's see, what do we connect and so and such. I think we just ignore North Bay. I mean, there's nothing too lucrative to swing by here for. What I want to do is get Vancouver connected as fast as possible, so we can start getting those trains running across the nation. We'll go for this. And just for future proofing, I'm gonna do the double bridges. So I don't buy like one bridge now and then I buy another one in the future, which could be a little bit of a waste. should I decide to expand to double track zone. The gradient ain't all that, if I'm honest here, so I think we go through this way like so. Horn Pain, we just keep going this way. And down here through. Yeah, no, that makes sense. Let's go this way here. Skip the bridge here, I think. Yeah, because we can go down here, and it's gonna be a little bit worse on the gradient for us. Not necessarily, actually. No, we're good, The gradient's fine. So, let's see. Now, we're moving on here. I'm just gonna lay the track down, and then we'll kind of go from there after that. Okay, so that's the another bridge needs to be laid. We're gonna do double bridge as well on this. Which might be a massive waste if I'm being honest. And we need to get up to Prince George over there. And it's a long way to go. Long way to go. Well, we're in Winnipeg at least, so... I mean, we're getting there. We are bridging the nation. I mean, we're halfway there already. Now, however, we do need more money. Which, as long as we don't hit the damn recession, shouldn't be too problematical. We could issue bonds again. Right, our credit rating should be better now. Yeah, AAA, so we don't pay that much in interest then. Like, what would that be? 1% of 500 is 5,000. Say we'd have to pay 5%. So 25,000 each year. If I took out 4 bond loans, that would be 100,000 per year, and we'd have 2 million to spend immediately. Note, to see the number of loads you've hauled, enter your company screen, black book, and turn the page, blah 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 blah. Yeah, if that's just hauls overall then. Company screen, where can I check that, did they say? I just read it and I'm still like oblivious to that, so yeah, okay. Yeah. Alright, so we're receiving 1% interest on the cash we do have. So we could make money just from having money, I suppose. Track building costs dropped 20%. Of course, that always tends to happen in every single scenario I play, right after I'm halfway there or further. Which is, well, massive thank you for that, I suppose. Well, let's steer clear of the bonds. I really don't want the interest payments. We'll make the money. Right, and then we'll expand when we do. How is congestion? Fredericton is still... Congestion ain't too bad, actually. It really ain't. I think we can get another train here, actually. Fredericton, Jonquière, Halifax. Yeah, let's copy that. Oh, no. You could pick up more in Halifax. Oh, it doesn't really matter. Another train's bound to get to Halifax soon, I guess. Nah, let's go back to Halifax, pick up 3 passengers, so we actually take everything that's in the station. Could you turn around and do that, please? Oh, I didn't actually tell it to do that. Please do that. We're in Ottawa. Okay, I should not speed up too much because I'm kind of losing control of things a little bit. Although it's not necessarily moving that fast. Right, okay, 4, 5. Throw on a dining car for reasons of stupidity, probably. It's probably going to bite us in the ass a little bit. But not necessarily substantially enough that I give a damn. It's going to make things go a little bit slower on the entire track, hold up other trains, and that is something that you need to keep in consideration. We're going to issue some stock, 500,000, hell yeah, let's do it. Okay, we have a little bit of money to splash around on new tracks now. We'll build up stations and maybe run some trains around here once we're done with the initial track construction. So just run it through Gypsum Mill here, over to the pass, and then further over to... I don't care about connecting every single city or anything, it's whatever. I do want to have a good gradient though. Although... yeah, that looks fine. Okay, we can get Vancouver connected fairly soon, I would say. Unfortunate placement of that steel mill right there. Not necessarily an issue. Okay, we're getting pretty close to the pass of St. George, which is where we'll run our line through. Try to keep the gradient good as we go along. There's gonna be a little bit of steepness in this area, but that's just what it is. That seems maybe like a better choice. Right, my apologies, I had to do a little edit there, as you might have noticed. The reason for that is I had something I needed to take care of real quick, and I was kind of losing a little bit of focus on the game. So yeah, we're back, and here we go. We're going to keep connecting Prince George to Vancouver, or well, connecting Halifax to Vancouver in the grand scheme of things. So hopefully it wasn't too inconvenient that I did a little bit of an edit there. So we have this hill here, we can go up on Vancouver. It's, well, it's steep as heck, but this one's a better option, I would say. We need to get over there, and hopefully with a decent gradient I can take some 2.0s, that's fine. I might want to start here actually and kind of lay the tracks up this way. Okay, I'm trying to avoid the enormous gradient here, but to some degree you're just gonna have to deal with it. You can do a little bit of like terrain alteration by just building tracks and deleting the tracks again. And is this gonna be better? It's gonna be fine. It'll be fine. Right, so let's get Vancouver connected. Looks a bit silly, but let's throw the station right there. We have connected the west and the east, so I should have probably read that. But oh well. Too late now. And so 76. I think we're in good route or in a good time. Yeah, we have another 21 years to get the trains to actually get across the nation, but we are going to need a little bit more money before we get those trains running, as I will need to place a lot of stations on the line so that we can have roundhouses and sanding towers and water towers and whatnot. Investors are pleased, doesn't really matter. Revenues are down, also doesn't necessarily really matter. What does matter though is the company equity, and we are 20% of the way to the goal. Conjunction, or like clogging up of the track here, does not seem to be as much of an issue anymore. So that's pretty good. These things are... I kinda regret buying them, because now we're not really making as much as they were showing to make previously. So yeah, oh well. Okay, this thing is gushing cash. We should have probably bought that one. Now it's gonna make up for itself in less than 5 years. I should have known that was a good purchase. I made that purchase earlier. Now it's kind of getting a little bit late to buy these things, but hey, I mean, we're making good profit, bringing in the money. And we can soon start getting some stations across the line here going east to west and then send some trains. Actually, we can probably start sending trains already. Vancouver to Halifax, let's go 1 mail, 3 passengers. Let's just go all stations the same. Here's the thing I need to do right now though. So these things will need to be express trains. And what we already have as express trains need to not be express trains. So these are going to be slow, which will yield to normal speed trains. And we'll take our current express trains and switch them over to normal. So that the actual most important trains that are going from east to west will have track priority wherever they go. And the reason I'm pausing to do this is that because if you don't pause and you switch this and go past the stop here, that will just stop the train dead in the track. So if you pause it and do it, it won't stop it, I believe. Let's see if it doesn't. Alright, we got this one. Let's just see if this keeps moving at the same speed once we unpause. Yeah. So there you have it. If you don't want your trains to stop when you change priorities, you just pause the game. I mean, I'm pretty happy with how things are operating. We're doing pretty good. Yeah, I think this section isn't as bad as it could have been. Oh, wait a minute, we can issue stock. Let's do that in fact. Okay, we got like 2.5 mil. Let's get some station construction going here. Actually, we could send another train on its way as well. We can send one from Halifax to Vancouver. This should be fine, 4 cars. Put it on express. This thing from Vancouver to Halifax. Let's get it going. So this will make 3 million once it reaches Halifax. If we can get a bunch of trains running across the nation, they will probably make us a few million a pop when they reach the stations. So that will result in our equity going up. And we're just gonna kind of bank it on that for reaching the required company equity. I think it should be fine. Let's put a little station here in Prince George. And another one on the other side of the mountain here, just in case you need some sand going over. We'll also put a water tower in for good measurement, or for good measure. Let's put a small station in Edmonton. If I could get like a correct alignment on it. Sanding water, let's get a roundhouse as well. And Lorong here actually has quite a few of these lumber yards, so we could maybe make some profit out of this if we just double track up and send some trains around. Turn these logs into lumber, pulpwood into paper, just get a little bit extra profit going. But we'll see how we do that. First off now, our main priority would be, we could send logs here to make lumber. So that's good. Okay, so it doesn't actually connect the town itself, but that's fine. We're gonna just do sanding, water, and screw it, roundhouse there as well. I'm probably not spacing this optimally here, but I want to make sure that our trains does not get slowed down from having lack of sand or water. So I'm a bit overzealous with it, but better safe than sorry, I would say. Put another station right there. Sanding water, boom. Did I get a roundhouse in Winnipeg? No, I should probably get a roundhouse in Winnipeg. Alright, so it's another little lumber yard. Let's get sanding and water here. Horn pane, why not? Let's get another station out there. Sanding water, roundhouse. Hey, here we go. We could connect a few of these things and probably make some money off it. We'll go sanding and water. Running a little bit low in immediate cash right now. But Ottawa's right there, so let's just put a small station right there with sanding and water. And we don't need a roundhouse here necessarily, but maybe we do get one in a little while. Yeah, in fact, let's unpause the game, get the money we need, get the trains moving towards the destination, and then throw more trains on the track, basically. Tool and die factories have stopped accepting iron. I don't care, because we are not interacting with them. Right. I guess we can't issue more stocks yet. Nope, I have to wait to the end of the year. There needs to be like seemingly 12 months apart, and I'm not really keeping track of that all the time. I'm a bit bad at it, so I'm not making as much profit as I could all the time. That's fine. I'm just kind of waiting for one of these things or something to come through here so we can make enough money to actually get that roundhouse. Then I think we should build some passenger revenue increasing stuff in Vancouver. Yeah, let's get the mail and passengers from Halifax to Ottawa. Okay, we got the consolidation, that's whatever basically. That can just remain the same over there. Now we got the roundhouse, and we can start expanding the double tracks and such soon enough. Go telegraph pole, large restaurant, saloon, post office, small hotel. That should do the trick. And then let's get some trains going. From Halifax to Vancouver, we'll just go 4 passengers, that should be fine. Put it on express, get another train on the tracks there. Vancouver, Halifax, like this. Put it on express. As you see, I mean, they're now making like 4 million, some of these are set to make when they hit Wait a minute, where's this out of sand? Okay, yeah, so we need another station, just like right here, I would say. Sanding water, power, just pass through and get that refilled. I think you just need to pass through, like you shouldn't need to actually. I'm just gonna go to Meier, so load that with whatever's there. I want to see if it's actually correct that you pass through, and I'm pretty sure it is. And then it gets sand. Yeah, it got sand, so it's all good. Alright, let's get some more trains on the track here, running east to west and west to east. Which is where the big money is going to be. It's going to take our equity value to where it needs to be for a gold victory. Alright, okay, we can... we'll just do it this way, it's fine. Express, express. Let's just keep pouring out these. I don't think we need to do much more than that, actually, to be honest. As long as we get these trains from one part of the nation to another, then we are golden. That's all there was in Vancouver for that train, so that's all we'll load up. How this go? Why not? Like this, it doesn't really matter. Just get a serious amount of trains going. Oh, and I need to not forget about my other trains as well. I think I've been, yeah, don't lose the grip on these other ones. Train 16 has been robbed, that's fantastic. That's just great. The rapid expansion of your railway has caused you to outstrip the production of your supplier of sleepers, rail ties. You can take some substandard sleepers and keep your construction at peak speed, or you can slow down your construction speed, plus 30% cost to it, and maintain your construction standards. What's your decision? Slow down. I mean, we're already connected, so doesn't really matter to me. Alright, we're in Halifax, loading up on mail, a couple of passengers. We still need to keep the incomes coming, although we also need to send passengers and whatnot across the nation. Can't give up on the income we are already making, that's for sure. I don't think we really need to dabble that much in industry on the way. I think we should be fine. With what we have set up here is a good solid income base to kind of fuel, literally fuel our train cell going across the nation, because they're gonna be just, yeah, as you can see, lifetime, they're not gonna make any money until they actually get across the nation, so. And it's gonna take a while, it's gonna take a serious while for them to do that. But yeah. The fuel cost and the maintenance cost and all that, that's still gonna be something that we will need to pay for. Okay, we got a breakdown, that's whatever. Pretty sure we should be able to keep ourselves afloat. Oh, look at that, we got large hotels now, so... In fact, let's just go for that in both our largest or our end destinations. Because when these trains hit, a few percent extra income could make a massive difference in the actual income that we do get. I'm not going to bother upgrading the hotel in the other cities, but doing it in these would be good, I think. And I'm just going to keep pouring out trains, sir, because we need a lot to come across to be able to meet our equity requirement for gold. So I'm just pumping out whenever there's stuff in the station to send them with, to be honest. Must not forget to put them on. Oh, look at that. I messed up. I didn't pay attention to these trains. I still want to micromanage them right now, but you can see that they're running with a lot of empty cars, which is not ideal. We can issue some more stock. Not sure how that messes with our equity balance, but... I mean, we're on 15,000. And once our trains start coming through, which we now have like another 18 years for them to do, then we'll be really good. The revenue is down quite a bit in a booming economy. I think that's because I'm messing up the micromanagement of these passenger trains. Not only, but that's most likely a factor. So yeah, it's not ideal. I need to be more on top of it. You've been contacted by James Hill. He can get authorization... contacted by James Hill. He can get authorization for you to build into the northern US for $300,000. Nah, we're good. We're already connected, so... doesn't really matter. We don't need that. Just gonna get more trains going from Vancouver to Halifax. That's my whole thing right now. Gonna spew out so many of those. Whilst these trains right there just keep making me money. I'm pretty sure these will make up for themselves by the time this game is over, but yeah. It is a bit of an investment in this scenario, I feel, so... well, it is what it is. I'll keep an eye on these, and also, let's see... yeah, we can go from Vancouver to Halifax again, let's do it. And also from Halifax to Vancouver. That is correct, yes. And I'm starting to think that we could benefit from, yeah, our trains are about to meet here, so if we can get some double track down. And don't place it underneath the train, because that's going to stop the train, but if we have a double track going here, so that these trains don't stop each other, because there's going to be a lot of these trains stopping each other. Oh my lord, what a place to have a breakdown. Just before it got into the roundhouse as well, though. That is unfortunate. Oh lord, yep, quite unfortunate. It's gonna stop one of these trains even a little bit. No, we got lucky, Okay, well, I'm gonna want to further expand the double track here, I believe. That will slow our trains down. It doesn't matter if they're annoyed or whatever they are. We can maybe get a better manager though. Track building is not a big deal right now. Train safety 30% higher. Passenger revenue 5% higher, car maintenance 5% higher. Dude, we're going for this guy. Higher car, passenger revenue? Jesus Christ. That can be very substantial for us actually. 5% on several million is quite a lot of money. So is there anything in Halifax right now? Yep, so we can get a train going from Halifax as well. Another one. Do it like that. Alright, trains are already stopping each other here, so I am just going to actually expand to double track. Alright, okay, that should be enough for now. It's pretty much all we can afford, so it will have to do. Actually, you know what? I think it could make sense to just issue a little bit of bonds, so let's try with 2. There's going to be a repayment of 50,000 every year. It's not too much. And I just want to get double tracks across everywhere here, so these trains going back and forth across the nation do not stop each other. Because there's going to be so many stoppages from that, it's going to cost us a lot in the long run. That's going to really mess with our profits. So yeah, I'm going to need to take up a few more bonds here. Unfortunately, now constructing double tracks underneath these trains are going to stop them dead on their tracks, which isn't ideal. We'll get some more bonds and hope that that could get us to Vancouver, although I kind of have my doubts. But if we have like 2 million total in bonds at an interest rate of 5, then that's just 100,000 we pay per year, and that shouldn't be any sort of an issue, to be honest. No, it looks like 1.5 million in bonds might actually get us where we want to be going. Yeah, looks like it. Alright then. Alright, double track across the nation. Let's go. Alright, let's see. I'll construct one more train, see if I can get anything in Halifax or Vancouver that's worthwhile. We can send some trains with a little bit less. That's fine. And the security plus 30%. That's, well, we already had a train robbery, so if we can avoid those, that's gonna pay off. Because train robbery is definitely gonna really tank several million of our profits. Seemingly they seem to struggle with sand when they get to Jonquière here. Oh, I have no idea how you say that. I'm assuming it's kind of a French-Canadian town name. Not that I can pronunciate things in, or pronounce, or whatever, in Canadian. Can't even say that word correctly, so yeah, good luck with me saying Canadian stuff, or French stuff. I haven't actually had any train crashes yet, at least, so that's good. Spewing out as many trains as I can possibly get going between the two cities. Let's have a look on our first train here. Right, that got robbed, so that's not going to make anything. This train is almost in Vancouver, and it's going to make us probably a clean 3 million profit when it gets there. Ah, there we had another robbery, so it's good if we have a little bit of reduction to that through our manager. And we are going to be dealing with congestion. Investors are utterly fed up, yeah, so we've kind of tanked our profits a bit. I don't know how much of that actually comes from... let's see here. Yeah, so as you can see, engine maintenance, track maintenance, all this has gone up several 100,000 after we stretched across the nation. But that's where a lot of our profits have gone. But we're staying afloat. And once the trains start reaching their destination, we are gonna do more than just staying afloat, I can tell you that. We are gonna be rolling in money. We're gonna be basically, we could get all Scrooge McDuck and just bathe in money. The bloom is after the economic boom. Well, that's unfortunate right before my trains are gonna hit their destinations, but oh well, it isn't the end of the world. Get more going between Vancouver and Halifax here. There's a lot in Vancouver right now. And we should get that shipped across the nation, the sooner the better. Speed it up a little bit. It's just I don't want to lose control of these 4 trains that I'm micromanaging. Why do they keep running out of sand? You know what, I'm just gonna get a small station going, like here. Just like sanding a water tower. Actually, let's look at our industry profits. Overall... they have certainly not made up for themselves yet. We've probably spent over $1 million on that. So like, per year, we're making 100k-ish from industry profits. Yeah, so my take on it is, it's not worth it. Might as well just not do it, really. What you need to do in this scenario is just get trains running across the nation, carrying passengers. And that's how you make good money. But obviously you need to make money before you get to the point where you can make money in that way. I think we're getting pretty close with one of our trains, so. Ah yeah, but it's the one that's been robbed, so. That doesn't really help us. This is still gonna make, yeah, over 2.5 million in profit when it hits the station, so. When that time comes, we'll be in a... Oh, what the fuck? What? At your annual shareholders meeting, a resolution is passed condemning your poor performance. What? Have some patience. The shareholders give you 1 year to improve before they start looking for a new chairman. The hell? No, you don't. Alright, well, we better get these trains to their destination then. This has to make it this year or we are done for. Right, in Halifax I'm like, whatever, it's fine. Okay, economy cooling now, so yeah, it's not even gonna make us 2.5 mil, but it is gonna make us good money though. And it's gonna load up and return with what it's loaded up with. And once again, what was the end date? 1896, so we still have 14 years. And here we go, bam! There, that should please my shareholders. Ta-da! Ta-da! Let's just repay our outstanding bonds. Issue some stock for good measure. And yeah, we just kind of let it roll. You know what, I'm just, let's just micromanage these trains like this. I mean, let's stop with the micromanagement. We've gotten to the point in time where it's not really that necessary anymore. And I can't be bothered looking like... Micromanagement in the early game is fun, it's good. I like it, but when you get 40 trains like we have now, it's a bit of a chore and quite tedious. So we're just gonna lean more on our cross-nation trains to make us good money. And there comes another one in here, about to make us some good money. Yeah, there's another 2 mil when that rolls in. Fantastic. Uh, 42 trains operating. We have 4 million now. Yeah, that should please our bloody pesky shareholders at least. You moved the required 6 loads between Halifax and Vancouver. The bronze is in the bag. All you need to do is get your company book value up to 20 million for the silver or 50 million for the gold by the end of 1896. Should certainly be doable. What's our equity right now? Yeah, we're already on silver, so we need another 30 million in value and then we are good. So that's really just another 10-15 trains reaching the destination and then we're there. The rest are pleased with the chairman's performance. Increased my salary by 16,000, so I guess they're not going to sack me then. Yeah, we certainly shot up the profits a bit though. Absolutely we did. Let's run another train here, I guess. We'll wait. There's more trains coming in and whatnot. We can speed it up a little bit now, I believe. I'm just looking for Vancouver to have a little bit more before we send this train out as well. Oh, I thought I saw mail, but I guess I didn't. Halifax doesn't really have anything right now. But yeah, we are making bang for the buck, huh? Interest rate received. We have 3% interest on 7 million now. So we're also making money in this way, which is great. Yeah, fantastic. Total financial cash flow. Is that might be how much we make in interest every year. I'm not sure. So another 200 and then some thousand right now as it stands. Which is fantastic. Let's get more trains operating this route. Smack it up to game speed 7. And just wait as the cash comes flowing in. Is there anywhere we can send this train to pick up some stuff? I think we might have saturated the line enough that we don't need to really put more trains into it. Look at that. Look at that money. Here comes the money. Booyah. Canadian Pacific stock is split 4-for-1. Financial market applauds. Well, we doubled our profit and then some from last year. But this is really going the right way. Let's see. Yeah, we're on, we need 15 million more. So in 1 year we gained 15 million in equity value. Pretty much. A little bit give and take, but whatever. Nope. None of those are necessarily something that I care too much about. Yeah, let's just have it work out for us there, I guess. There's another train coming in. It's going to pick up what's already here. Yep. Yeah, I think we have enough trains in rotation. 45 trains total, and we are making good money. Feel like there should be more trains here right now. So the spacing between them seems a little bit off, but whatever. Can we put up more shares? Yeah. Oh, 1.5 million just in shares alone. Let's go. Annual cash flow 645,000. I guess that's our interest. We are making some serious money here. Yeah, we're pretty close to gold right now. So this is how you do it. Or at least this is one way that you can do it. And I'd say if you want to go for gold, this is how you should do it. You need to just get connected as fast as possible. Build up a little bit of an initial economy base going somewhere, wherever it makes sense to you. And then connect Halifax and Vancouver and just start running passenger trains between them ASAP. The sooner the better, and then you make a lot of money. Buying industry has not really been paying off for us. I tried it. I did check it out to see if it would, but it doesn't make sense. We've spent more than 1 million on buying these industries, and we have not made that back yet. So it was wasted money, basically. Because right now we are just making money from our trains, and that is certainly getting us where we need to go. Let's see, investor excited again. Revenue of 10 million. Hell yeah. What's to say here? Yeah, I mean, we're pretty close to. We need 2.5 more million, and then it's and then we're golden. Let's just smack this up to speed 10 and let the gold happen. Ooh yeah. What a beautiful, beautiful sound. And there we go. Hail to thee, the binder of nations, the glue of governments, the sultan of sharing. The doubters in the western provinces have committed to preserving Canada. And the East has seen the strength of Canada's diversity, all due to your diligence. So there you have it. That's how you do it. That's one way you can do it. And if you have other ways that you can do it, that you know of, other than the way I'm doing it, or some more nuanced way, then please leave a comment and tell me about your way of doing this. You know, sharing experiences could be nice. Either way, thank you for watching. I hope you did like the video, although I'm sure it was quite long. That being said, I'd appreciate it if you would consider leaving a like on the video if you did like it, and are still watching at this point in it. And maybe even, you know, consider dropping a subscription. I'll be putting up more Railroad Tycoon 2 videos and other gaming content in the future. So, yeah. Either way, you can catch me in the next one. And until then, have a good one.